Hey guys, so in this video I will be doing my NBA mock draft 2.0, and this is obviously the post-lottery mock draft, the mock draft being a few days ago, and the Minnesota Timberwolves won the first overall pick. The Warriors, Hornets, and Bulls got picks 2 to 4. Now, if you haven't seen it already and you're a fan of the NHL, I highly recommend checking out my NHL Mock Draft 3.0 post Phase 2 lottery, as that is our most successful video. It is almost at 1.3 thousand views, and we're almost at 100 likes. Also, let's try to reach 40 likes on this video, as we crushed our like goal for the NHL Mock Draft. So hopefully we can do that with this video, but now let's get started. With the first overall pick, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves picking Anthony Edwards. I don't think this is as much of a surprise, as he is probably going to go first overall, and a lot of people have him going first overall to the Timberwolves, as they have their big two right now in D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Edwards can be a really good shooting guard for them, as D'Lo is a point guard and Cat is a center, and that would form a pretty good big three for the Timberwolves. And Anthony Edwards, I think, is a guy who can be an elite shooting guard in the NBA. Next up at number 2, I have the Golden State Warriors picking James Wiseman. Now, in my last mock draft, I had him going to the Warriors first overall. The Warriors still get Wiseman, but now second overall. And I think there is a strong possibility that they trade their pick for an already established player. But in this one, they're going to pick Wiseman because I'm not doing trades. Now, in a future mock draft, I may be doing trades, so you may see the Warriors trading their pick. But in this one, I have them keeping their pick and picking the center, James Wiseman, as I don't really think they should pick LaMelo Ball, as they already have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson at guard, and Wiseman fills the center position they need help in, so I think this would overall be a pretty good pick for the Warriors. Now, at number 3, I have the Charlotte Hornets picking LaMelo Ball, and I think that Edwards, Wiseman, and Ball should be going top 3, and Ball gets the remainder. Ball goes to the Hornets, and the Hornets get the remainder of the top 3. And right now, the Hornets are lacking a true superstar player, and I think Ball can at least be a solid elite player for the Hornets, and he can be a really good point guard for them, as he has huge size, but he plays in a point guard role, so I think he can be a very good player in the NBA. So now at number 4, I have the Chicago Bulls taking Onyeka Okongwu. Now, Onyeka Okongwu is the second best center in this draft, best center available, and even though I don't think he is the best player overall available for the Bulls, he is a center, and the Bulls are in desperate need of a center, as their only star player is Zach LaVine, who is a very good player, but they don't have much else, and the Bulls are in a very bad position right now, and I think that getting the fourth overall pick helps them a lot, and I think Onyeka Okongwu will be the best pick, as they definitely all are lacking a true starting center, and Okongwu, I think, can at least fill that role of a starting center, and I think he can be a pretty solid center in the NBA, and he is very good defensively, so I think this will be a great pick for the Bulls. Now, at number 5 are the Cleveland Cavaliers picking Deni Avdija, the Israeli, and I think he is the best player available for this pick. He's a great player overall, great defensively, and he plays small forward, and he can also play power forward. And I think the really good thing about him is, despite him having a very big size, he is a very good ball handler who can maybe even play point guard with his ball handling abilities, and he is a very complete player for the Cavaliers, as they already have Colin Sexton and Darius Garland as their draft picks for the past 2 years, and Avdija can be another guy. I think he's probably the best out of the 3, and he has potential to be a solid star player for the Cavaliers. Now, at number 6, I have the Atlanta Hawks taking Obi Toppin out of Dayton. And Obi Toppin had a very good year at Dayton, especially at the end, and he has been rising up the draft boards, as some people even have him going in the top 3, but I have him going number 6 to the Atlanta Hawks, as right now the Hawks have Clint Capella, who is a very good center, but he is mainly defensive, and they also have Trae Young at point guard, but Obi Toppin can be a very good starting power forward for the Hawks, as he is more of an offensive player, but he still has that size, so I think he can be a good player to balance out Clint Capella's defensive play, and he could be a very good pairing with Capella. Now coming in at number 7, I have the Detroit Pistons taking Isaac Okoro. And Isaac Okoro is a shooting guard, small forward player, and he does have pretty good size at 6'6". And for a shooting guard at his size, he is a very good defensive player and can be a versatile two-way role player, or at least that is what ESPN's description of him is in their draft rankings, and he has the ideal tools to be an NBA wing player, and I think he can be a solid starter for the Pistons, as the Pistons are lacking a true star player, much like the Hornets and the Cavs, but Okoro can be that guy for the Pistons, and obviously the Pistons have a long way to go before they can be a solid playoff team, but Okoro is a pretty good start for them. Now at number 8, I have the New York Knicks taking Tyrese Haliburton, and I had him going to number 6 to the Knicks in my last mock draft, and the Knicks fall to number 8 with this draft lottery, but they still pick Haliburton, as he does have good size for a point guard at 6'5", and he can be a solid 3-and-D player for the Knicks, as right now the Knicks haven't really hit on some of their previous draft picks, but I think RJ Barrett can still be a solid star player for the Knicks, and Haliburton can be a good point guard for them, as they'll have Haliburton and RJ as their two guards, and I think that is a pretty good starting point for the team, as they still have a pretty long way to go before they can be a playoff team, but I think that Haliburton in a couple years can be a decent starter for the Knicks. Now at number 9, I have the Washington Wizards picking Killian Hayes, the Frenchman. And Killian Hayes had a pretty good year, and he is another guard like Haliburton. He's a point guard, and right now the Wizards are lacking a lot of things, and one of them is a solid starting point guard. Right now the Wizards have Bradley Beal, and they actually also have John Wall, but he has suffered a lot of injuries at point guard, and I don't think he will be the same, and Killian Hayes will start off as more of a backup for the first 1 or 2 years, but then he'll elevate into that starting role just as John Wall starts to become more of a backup as he is getting up there in age. So I think Killian Hayes can be a solid replacement for John Wall in Washington. Now at number 10, I have the Phoenix Suns picking Precious Achiuwa. I think that is how you pronounce his name, and the Suns, two players that they will build their team around will always be Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. Those are their top 2 players, and the rest will probably be support players unless they can get another guy to fill out their top 3 who has true elite potential. Achiuwa is not that guy, but I think he can be a solid support player for them as he is more of a defensive player, and his projected role is a versatile defender, and he is a power forward for the Suns, so he can be a nice player to go alongside DeAndre Ayton as 2 big men. At 11, the San Antonio Spurs pick Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith is a small forward, and he can be a versatile shooter for the Spurs, and they already have DeMar DeRozan, but he is more of a shooting guard, so they can have Nesmith at small forward. And I don't know if he'll be a starter or be more of a bench player. So this is where we kind of get into the lower tier guys who we don't really know what their true potential is, but I think Nesmith can be a solid player for the Spurs. Next up, at number 12, the Sacramento Kings pick Patrick Williams, another small forward, and I think the Kings will be bad for a while as they don't really have any player that defines their team. They have a few solid players in De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, but Fox I think is the only guy who can possibly be an elite player, but I don't see him being a true superstar for the Kings, and I don't think they can win with just De'Aaron Fox being a star player for them. Patrick Williams can be a decent player for the Kings. Now, number 13, the New Orleans Pelicans pick Devin Vassell, and this will likely be the Pelicans' last lottery pick for a while, as next year they'll have a full year of Zion. They'll also have Brandon Ingram, a lot of guys. Lonzo Ball should improve as well, and maybe they can attract a few free agents, but this year they picked Devin Vassell at 13th overall. He's pretty good guard slash small forward, and he can be a pretty decent player. I'd say he'd be more of a sixth man though, but he's not afraid to shoot the ball, which is something the Palace could use. And at 14, with the Grizzlies pick, the Boston Celtics take Cole Anthony. Anthony was a guy who was supposed to be more of a top 10 pick earlier in the year, but he has dropped since then. But he is still a lottery pick, as I think that Cole Anthony could go as high as 10th in this draft. But Cole Anthony is more of a free shooting guy who will be able to shoot for your team, and he's more of a guy that you want to support around, but the Suns will not want that. He would be more of a support player. So I think Cole Anthony could do pretty good in Boston as possibly Kemba's replacement in a few years. Now to round off this mock draft at number 15, I have the Orlando Magic selecting RJ Hampton. His projected role is a creating combo guard, and he does have good size as a 6'5" point guard, and Orlando has shown some spurts of potential as they did win game 1 against the Bucks and Giannis, but it does look like they are going to lose this series. But RJ Hampton is still a good pick, as right now the Magic's best player is Nikola Vucevic, who is a power forward, but they don't have any true good guard, and they got guys like Aaron Gordon or Evan Fournier, but I think RJ Hampton has the potential to be a starter for Orlando. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. As I said, we hope to reach 40 likes on this video. And right now, we're currently at 117. As you're watching this video, we may be higher, but as of recording, we are at 117. Hopefully, we can reach 150 as soon as possible. But yeah, it's a bit weird not saying let's go for 100, as we are now well past 100 subscribers. But please remember to subscribe if you haven't, and also like. But thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.